Happy Wednesday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. As Sooner 5150 says, another slow day in college football. Not. And I know I already see a lot of comments. Let me clear some things because I know we're going to talk a lot about it tonight. I don't want to speculate on things. I'll say that first.
Right.
Two, I definitely am not one to kick a man when they're down. And I'm just based on what I've read, this is pretty bad stuff. You got to,
Yeah.
I mean, you sleep in the bed you make. I'll say that. Life's a chess match. Every choice you make has a consequence to it. And there's going to be some of that. And I would say that, yeah, where is True Michigan tonight? I kind of want to hear from him tonight, his thoughts.
Well, this is something I don't know. A few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we were chatting about this, I believe, in Discord about some rumors with Michigan. And they were rumors at the time. And now it looks like everything's coming to light. This is, I'm just going to be flat out honest. I hate this for anybody. This is just a bad situation. Talk about bad situation for him. Bad situation. Guys, they just signed a recruiting class. People signed thinking he was their coach. And they had to have known some of this was going on. I don't know the timeline. I'm just saying, like, it's not good. All I can do is root for Sharon Moore to get better and get some help. Root for him to come out on the other side in a better way. And that's really what I can say at this point.
I'm done with the lighting in here. I'm so fired up with this lighting. Hey.
Yeah, your lighting's bad.
It's terrible. Hey, Lane Kiffin is sweating right now, Joe C says. Probably because of the rumors about him. It's a sad state of affairs. I don't know exactly why all the stuff happened. I don't know that. I just know he's in some deep waters.
And Dalpo's asking, listen, I've been busy tonight, so I haven't got the latest. I just know he got arrested and everything. It's just, listen, it's not good at all. And there will be more stuff to come out. We'll know more later. I think the question is, yeah, it's been in the works for a few weeks, which leads you to think, who have they already contacted to be the head coach? That's where my mind's going. And I got a few that I think they've probably contacted. Now, who knows? But hey, Chris, this has been rumored for a few weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. So, yeah, they had to have known an idea. And maybe they waited for an investigation and then made it all official or whatever. But, wow, there's not a slow day in college football. What timing? This timing of this just brutal, too, for them.
Yeah, and Jay, they're going to
all the coaches have been pretty much picked up unless now DeBoer is probably the guy they're going to go after. It sounds like they've targeted him. DeBoer
did not get arrested, Lori. We're talking about Sharon Moore from Michigan, who's been fired from the University of Michigan. That's what we're talking about. And, hey, Jay, I saw, yeah, Mr. Nagy, yeah, who has some Michigan ties, okay? Jay, also news today in the college football world, specifically related to the Oklahoma-Alabama game, Jay, Ty Simpson.
Well, that's a rumor, okay? That's a rumor.
Correct.
So, who knows? I'm not going to sit here and say I know what's going on. I don't. I do know he hasn't looked good the last few games. So, I don't know what that means. I'm just ready for the game to get here already. Game day will be there, which let me get your thoughts on this, okay?
I've got some thoughts.
I think it's crazy. Game day is going there on Friday, and then on Saturday, going down to College Station. Hey, good to see you, Johnson, bro. Good to see you. They're going to College Station on Saturday. So the Friday night game is only OU, and that's all game day is about, okay?
Yeah, but
why?
I didn't.
Why? Wait, hold up. Why would they do game day? They're doing it from 5 to 7. They're doing 5 to 6 outside the stadium and 6 to 7 inside the stadium. Why would you not just do the whole show from 5 to 7 inside the stadium? Because people are going to want to get into the stadium before 6 o'clock.
Well,
No, Cade. Cade has nothing to do with what I was referencing last night. This is something totally different, buddy.
are you ready to share from last night?
No. I when I'm ready to, I'll let you know. Okay?
Hey, I didn't like how ESPN put it out.
What do you?
ESPN said, adding some extra pizzazz to this game. No, stop patting yourself on the back. You're adding nothing to this game.
They said that?
That's what the post was, Jay. I'll have to go find it. It was bad.
Hey, how about this? So far, it could change. Out of OU's 10 Power 4 opponents next year, 4 of them have new coaches.
Yeah, and Jay, I'm curious. You're wearing a gold stocking cap. The only team who wears gold helmets is Notre Dame.
What about it?
You're wearing the Golden Dome for Notre Dame. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Germ, I was at a Christmas candlelight youth party thing tonight.
And you wore a gold stocking cap, which Santa doesn't wear. It's ridiculous.
It was crazy Christmas. I walked in from the church, walked into my garage, and got on this live show. I haven't done anything else, Germ.
Why a gold stocking cap?
Let me take it off, put my cannon hat on, Germ. Is that better?
Why? No, I like the gold one. I'm just curious why. Because you're repping Notre Dame, Jay.
Notre Dame's not in the playoff, so I don't.
So you got to rep them because they're not in the playoff.
You know what is kind of great? With all the jobs that have been available.
There was a mention of Mike Gundy several years ago to Michigan.
Well, so was to Florida too, Germ. That was him getting more money at OSU, Germ, period.
Yeah, his other hat is green, Mark.
That's all that was. I'm not true Notre Dame. Jeez. Come on. Wow, some of these statements in here, I can't. Sark to Bama. Let me throw a scenario out there.
I already know where you're going down this road.
Like, let's say DeBoer does happen. Let's just say he went to Michigan. Nobody knows if that's going to happen, but let's just say it does. Everyone's going to say Lane to Bama. But he's already at LSU. Does he make that move? Who knows with the Lane? But why not Saban jump in and say, I'm going to do it for a few more years. Let's level this thing out for a few years.
I actually could see Saban going back. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, could he just be like, hey, give me 2 more years. Let's get this thing shipped the right way. I don't know. You got to have DeBoer go to Michigan first. I think the DeBoer stuff makes sense geographically for him. Also, just kind of I just think it fits. The problem is he's not at Washington going to Michigan. He's at Alabama. Okay. That's just weird to me. And then everybody throwing out the Lincoln Riley stuff. Jerm, I know we had an argument right before we get on here. I want to take a poll. I want to take a poll tonight.
Take a poll and then write a poem.
Okay, Jerm. But I don't see much difference between USC and Michigan in jobs. I think they're about
Michigan's a better job.
I think USC might be a little bit better job.
No chance.
Why?
It's not.
Why?
It's not.
You turn your camera off and you leave, you won't answer the question. Why is it a better job? Tell me.
Michigan's a better job.
Why, though? Tell me why.
Hunter's not on here. You can't drop the poll. Michigan's a better job, Jay.
Tell me why. I want specifics. Why?
Go look at the 2 programs right now.
I think USC's won more championships.
I'm not talking about championships of the past. Yeah, one reason is
fan-wise, correct. Fan-wise,
there's so much stuff going on in California. No one cares about the USC Trojans. Nobody.
Recruiting base, better. California.
Michigan doesn't need to be in a city that recruits. Michigan recruits itself.
I don't see it. I mean, you're at USC. What's the benefit to go to Michigan? Like, you're at a really good school right now. Supposedly,
he's not going to Michigan. It's too cold there anyway. Like,
that's what I'm saying, Germ.
No, you said it's not a better job. Michigan's a better job.
If it is, it's barely better, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying.
So what's better, Ohio State or USC?
Ohio State, probably.
No. Better recruits over in California, more championships. Next.
Come on, come on.
No, Jason, who has more championships, USC or Ohio State?
I just don't think he's going to Michigan.
Wrong. You lose again. Thanks for playing, my man. Thanks for playing.
Jeez. Michigan would be easier to win in the Big Ten. Bro. What?
These comments tonight, bro.
I know they're on people are on edge tonight with those. Man, what else, Jerem? What else is going on? That kind of broke the news.
There's nothing else. That's all the talk, Jay.
That's pretty much it. Now, did you watch Film Guy at all today?
Nope. I saw the link, but I haven't seen it.
He was on Breakdown as well.
And?
I watched it. I mean, I think he was pretty negative for OU as far as some offensive stuff. And
Jay,
I thought
OU can't win this game.
What?
OU has no chance.
I think he was dead. I think Film Guy was pretty accurate on most things. But
yeah, I don't think OU can win this game, Jay.
You don't?
No.
Now, here it is. It says he's in jail. Is that official news corrections?
Wow.
Is that official? I'd have to check. That's wild. Geez, what a day. Unbelievable. And you know what? You not only feel for the guy but it came to himself. I mean, he put it on himself, but like he got handed that job when Harbaugh left, and now look at it. Jeez.
News just broke, and he put it in the Discord. Police has released a statement. I'll have to check it out. Hey, thanks for the super here, John Mayberry. Appreciate your support. It says, I don't want to settle, but if we're – and by the way, guys, I was being facetious saying, no, you didn't stand a chance. That's what all the people are saying. I agree. Hey, now, John, what's funny, John, thanks for the super. I said this 3 nights ago, and Jay ripped me. Jay said it's not house money. It absolutely is house money.
Yeah, you want more than that.
You don't know the definition of house money. Like, how ignorant do you have to be, man?
Explain, John. Explain.
Every time in the last week when I've said, oh, you're playing with house money, this is your response. No, I think you want to win more. I think you want to win another one. That's not like, what are you talking about? Do you know what house money is?
I do.
Nothing to lose, Jay.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose. You're right.
So it's house money.
Okay.
You're ridiculous. Hey, there was other news today in college football. Tennessee Volunteers got Jim Knowles, it sounds like.
It sounds like they're getting Jim Knowles, which is I don't know if Dr. Ball's on here.
That's a great hire.
The Tennessee fans were so upset with Tim Banks. They wanted him gone. They fired him. They got rid of him. And it sounds like they're going to hire Jim Knowles, outstanding hire. In fact, Josh Heupel's best hire as a head coach, I think. I mean, I don't think you can argue with it.
Hey, this is a terrible comment.
Yeah, terrible.
And there are a couple in the Discord who want him.
You can't now with what's going on. Down the road, you never know with guys if they do.
He only had 2 years where he coached the line anyway.
Yeah, I mean, why were you showing that, dude? I mean, come on now.
Why are you showing that?
I tried to click on this one.
Jeez.
Like, he's not coming to OU, and they're not going to want him at OU with what's going on, guys. I mean, let's be serious here.
Hey, I will be serious right now. It is terrible with everything that's happening, that's coming out. It's terrible. And it's also terrible for him.
That's terrible for him.
It's terrible news. I can't imagine what the family is going through, what he personally is going through. Like, this is just anyone involved in this, anyone close to the situation, people at Michigan. Like, it is a terrible thing, man. Like, I sincerely pray for all those involved that they would feel comforted. Like, I mean, because you go through things like this, it just gets even worse as far as what your mental state is. If you're not, in my opinion, a Christ follower, like, it would be devastating, man. I feel for him, man.
Super.
Now, again, you do sleep in the bed you make.
Hey, super from Chris here. Thanks, Chris. Says Michigan needs to go get Fritz as their next coach. He would be a good hire. To me, they're going to go totally different. They're going to go somebody that's clean as a whistle, in my opinion. I know that's hard to say with Michigan because they cheat a lot, apparently, but I think they're going to go total opposite. And I think Fritz would be a really good hire. I mean, people aren't giving him enough credit for Houston. They're ranked, man. I mean, he's kind of got them going the right direction. He's a good coach. I don't think they're going to hire Fritz. I think they're going to go with the bigger name. But who knows? Who knows? I mean,
It's got to be quickly.
There's been stuff floating around tonight about Flight Tracker last week before the SEC championship game. And I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there right now.
Now, PJ Fleck, I like him.
And Fleck, yeah, I mean, he's a program builder.
Hey, Jay, I will say
Michigan job too big for him, though. Michigan job too big.
Maybe. The other day you mentioned Matt Campbell winning a natty in 5 years, which I still think you're wrong. I will say, though, just how genuine that dude is. I mean, you saw him step on the field with his family. Like, it's really
he's
cool.
The real deal, dude. He's the real deal.
I like him a lot, Jay. He's genuine.
And he's gonna win at Penn State. I know you think my take is stupid, but we won't know until 2030. Maybe we'll know sooner than that. But look at that. Mark Stoops. No shot. I don't think. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where they go. I don't know. I don't know enough about Michigan. Maybe True Michigan will call in later, give us some thoughts, or maybe not. I don't know. But
hey, everyone that signed for them should be able to leave right now.
Yes, the portal is going to be wild for them. Because here's what
how much is Bryce Underwood going to get? A whole lot of money.
Well, Barstool's backing. Dave Portney is the one that backed a lot of that money, and he still will. He's a Michigan guy. So, I saw him post earlier tonight. Gruden's the guy. I mean, if he wants to put a lot of money to Gruden, he will.
Now,
he will.
Here's a guy, Dabo Sweeney.
No, I mean, to me, Dabo's kind of ruining him getting a different job because of the way he's doing.
I agree.
The way he's acting with NIL portal and all that stuff, I think he's kind of hurting his case to get different jobs, isn't he?
I agree. Now, Jay, did you already mention the scenario that everyone would think is hilarious?
Which one?
DeBoer to Bama. I mean, DeBoer to Michigan, Lane to Bama, Lincoln to LSU, and Brian Kelly to USC.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing, and here's what we know. This is a fact, okay? I did not get a chance to – I only heard a little bit of it tonight. So
what about it?
Explain what you're asking about. Here's what we do know is that if Michigan hires a DeBoer or somebody from another big school, the dominoes are going to be crazy because you've already got coaches in place now. So the only way it's not going to be crazy is if they go hire somebody from – that's not coaching at a big school right now. Then it won't be. But right now, if they go get, I see the names coming up here, Riley, they go get DeBoer, it's going to cause an effect all the way down, man, to different teams. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, Kelly's not coaching anywhere. Jeez.
I said it would be funny, Jay. That's all I said.
Now, I think this will happen. I don't know where. And I agree with this, Fit. I don't know of a time. I was looking at a tweet today that showed all the open jobs this year. I don't remember a time in my lifetime that has been like this, ever. And you know what?
You know what the craziest thing about December 10th is?
What?
If I would have told you, what's more likely to happen? BV get fired or say everything that happened this year, no one would have taken what's happened this year.
Now, yeah, you're right about that, Jeremy. 918.
They're taking BV being fired.
918. His name came up to me.
Too big, though. It's too big of a job.
And I thought the same thing. He would be good. I don't think he's a big enough name for them, but I agree. I agree with you. The other thing I was going to say is, gosh, I just drew a blank. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me here in a minute.
Yeah, Tony Elliott. People don't. BV and Tony Elliott both.
Tony Elliott's doing a good job. He's up for Coach of the Year at Virginia.
You know who's not up for Coach of the Year?
BV, we know.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right. So a lot of people are throwing Urban Meyer's name out there earlier today. I don't know if he would do that.
I just don't. Where, Michigan?
Yeah.
Come on, Jay.
Well, there were a lot of people on Twitter and stuff throwing it out there. That's why I said it. So I don't know, man. This is crazy, though. Crazy times. Crazy. And here's what I was going to say. This is what I was going to say. What we saw this year, unfortunately, I think is going to become more of the norm instead of not. Because, ladies and gentlemen, college football is turning in the NFL. If you go watch NFL, coaches are fired every year. They probably have 5 or 6 guys fired out of the 30 whatever team league it is. To me, this is going to become the norm. You're not winning, fired. It's just going to be what it is. There's going to be people hopping different jobs, people getting fired. It's becoming like the NFL. And that's what's going to happen, I think. I think this is going to be maybe not this many guys, but it is going to become more the norm about guys getting fired early on because they're not making it rather than letting them stick it out, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, and hey, here's the thing, Jim. Everyone's got skeletons. Some skeletons are a little more visible and bigger than others, and this was a major one. Now, Daniel's dropping the girl's name. I didn't see the girl's name. I've seen pictures.
I've seen different
all
things.
over Twitter. It's been on.
I've seen the pay raise she got last year.
Yeah. Hey, apparently Ty Simpson's back is really hurt. Seen some stuff today. He was at an event, and the whole audience could tell he was hurting.
But I want to preface that comment. That was on a message board.
Correct.
Doesn't mean it's not true. Chipotle was on a message board with John Mateer, and it was true. Okay? So I want to say that. It could be true, but it could not be true. It could be maybe he's having a back issue. I don't know. There's no way to know right now until they came out and said it. But, yeah, you never know with message boards. Could be accurate, could not be. But you know what? I would say this. By the way he's played the last few games, he hasn't looked very good.
But he hasn't looked hurt.
He hasn't looked hurt. He hasn't looked that good.
T-Max, OU's inconsistent, okay? That's what they are. They're poorly coached. Mick says, I went to Twitter and read the info on the Michigan story. We need to pray for him and everyone involved. It's terribly sad. I'm not going to kick someone when they're down, but also every choice we make has a consequence to it. And it's terrible, but man, guys, this is why. And look, I definitely don't want to be speculating, but I'm going to brag on the people in the chat here. I'm going to brag on people in our Discord. I'm going to brag on you, Jay. I'm going to brag on a lot of people. And I am not trying to imply that this wasn't that or that wasn't this, but you got to have good people around you that hold you accountable too. And look, that's why. Look, I love who the interim coach there, Poogie, whatever his name is. I love the assistant coach at Michigan that's serving as the interim. The problem is I don't think you can bring anyone in that was there because it sounds like some people probably knew about this, Jay, and that's
hey, Germ,
that's terrible. Jason, if I ever do anything that you think is even wrong, you would come at me.
Oh, I would, yeah. But Germ, look at what they've done in the last few years there. I mean, they've had the cheating scandal. It hasn't been the best place. Now, here's the thing. I want to get a couple of these. Mess says he had Chipotle tonight. I had it yesterday. He says he can confirm Ty Simpson is rumored to be leaving with the board of Michigan on the 20th of December, apparently. That's a pretty funny comment.
Okay, that's great.
Hey, Tim, I'm under the notion of I do think he's having a little bit of a health issue personally, just by watching him play. Now I don't know to the extent, but I've heard the same thing.
Well,
okay?
I
don't know.
When you hit him, you make sure it's in the lower back with the crown of your helmet. I mean, it's not a difficult thing.
Sure. You get a penalty for that.
No, you can't. In the back.
Now, hey, Platone has a good point about it. But
now, here's the other thing, Jay. I know there are people, I know Bama people who are calling for a little Tua Jalen Hurts situation in the SEC title game. And Jay, I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
Now, this is breaking news here.
And I think OU should be ready.
This is breaking news from Chris. Thanks for the super, Chris. Appreciate you, buddy. Says, per Josh Pate, Michigan knew about the situation for a while, but wanted to wait till after signing day to make a move. That is absolutely pathetic. I'm sorry, that's pathetic. that
Zero
is
integrity from the
that
team.
is a right now. If I was a parent of a kid, not even going, I would say, wow. Why would I want to send my kid there to the future if you got the same AD and you got the same people in charge that know what's going on? I would say I'm not going there. That looks bad.
And someone said they heard the same thing about Kiffin, and there's been rumors about that too. Now, I'm not going to spread any.
No, but I'm just saying that's pretty weak. Like, to me, here's now, this is my I would have handled it totally different. I would have made the move 3 weeks ago before all the coaching changes and tried to get somebody in there and try to get the class together. I don't know.
Now, Mark says he didn't say it like that. Hey, Daniel, I agree, and this is one reason. Look, I thought DeBoer, pretty good culture guy, all these things. But here's the problem with Kalen DeBoer, personally, in my opinion. One issue is you're following Nick Saban. So you can implement your culture. It's a great culture, but you're coming after a guy who, I mean, he's the GOAT. Like, anything that comes out of Kalen DeBoer's mouth is going to be taken less than what they heard Nick Saban say, in my opinion. So now you got a guy on the sideline coaching your team where there's a lot of guys probably questioning how he does things because the guy before him was the GOAT.
Who's still at Bama that was under Saban, though? Not many guys.
Oh, there's several, Jay.
Not many.
Isn't this his second year?
Yeah.
So there's several.
I have a few. Most of their guys leave after 3 years. What? Listen, I agree with you. Baylor issue. Okay. I agree with you. Platonis not. But people that were talking about Lincoln earlier, why in the heck would you, like, right now what you're doing as a program is like, why would you want to go coach there under that leadership?
I don't know, but look now, here's the first comment I was waiting for. All of a sudden
918 already put it in there.
918-2. People like Soul Mission now. Again, no one's complaining about Soul Mission and Schmitty. Where you at, people? Where are you?
You're winning.
Hello?
Germ, you're making your point for yourself, Germ. We all said all along it's because they weren't winning, Germ. You're going to have excuses when you don't win. Everybody's going to look at different things. That's just part of it. I disagree with this 100%. Sorry. Your mic's not working. T-Max, thanks for joining the show tonight. I must say, I disagree with this, okay? Sorry, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I disagree as well.
Maybe people will agree with you. They were 9-3. They weren't 5-7, okay? They were 9-3. He was in year 2 of his contract. There's too much out there with what's going on with this. They had to do something, okay? The ones that are saying they just wanted to get rid of him, I don't believe that at all.
Here's what I'll say. Jay, I disagree with T-Max as well, but I'm going to take this one step further. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Had they beaten Ohio State and were in the playoff, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Probably not. Here's what I would like to know. Where's he going? He gone. I don't know if that was a mic drop or what. Here's the thing. And I don't know this, so some of you in the chat may have to help out. Did all this other stuff come after they fired him, he got all mad and stuff, or was that? What are you doing? Is that a candy cane or what is that?
It's a broom.
Hold that up. No, get up and hold that up. It's got a cord on it.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, what is the handle?
It's a type of broom that can clean. It's got.
Let me see the other end of that.
It's got spray, Jay.
Let me see the other end of that.
In case you didn't get what I was doing, Jay,
did Ron get it?
If they make the playoff, he's sweeping that under the rug. The entire program is. They are, Jay. No, dude, I'm so glad BV's the head ball coach at the University of Oklahoma.
No, me too. Yeah, it's just
Dr. Vol, it's terrible. It's terrible, man.
It is. It's terrible. I don't even know where to go on this. I mean, really don't. It's awful situation.
It is. And I really kind of would rather move on.
Yeah, I don't want to spend a whole lot. It's a terrible situation. There's been people just lives have been. I don't ever want to say lives have been ruined because there's always hope that you can get it back together. Okay. And I believe in second chances. I believe in people turning their life around. So, but at this time, he's ruined some people's lives. And it's just not good, including his own. So he's got to get it back together and hope he does.
And this is what I love most about BV. What you see is BV. What you see on Mondays, BV. What you see on Saturdays, BV. What you see at the gas station is BV. What you see at his own home is BV. That's who he is. He's so authentic, and that's what is so attractive about this program right now, Jay.
Yeah, it really is. And right now, I know it's extremely early, guys, but 2027, they have the number 1 class. And I think they're going to continue to get guys in the 2027 class based on the year they had this year. So, yeah, I mean, things are going in the right direction. I think Nagy, I really loved that interview he had the other day. Loved everything he said. Now it's time to put these guys on the field that they've went out and scouted and see how they do. He mentioned a couple of the guys that he thought were going to be standout to this 26th class. One of them I saw, Matthew Nelson, in person. Wow. Matthew Nelson, wow.
Can you say wow one more time? Wow. Hey, Jim, I think you'll get updates Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Now, we might get a very vague mention of RMT, mention of Jake Michaela, mention of running backs. We might get a very vague explanation of that on the weekly presser, probably Monday. But outside of that, I think it'll be Wednesday, Thursday. And in my opinion, I think both of them are going to be questionable. I think R. Mason Thomas and Jake Michaela will be questionable. And I said this earlier, and I think OU really needs to think about it. It's not out of the realm of possibility Ty Simpson gets benched in this game. If he were to come out and be bad, here's the thing, though, about it. If they bench him when they're down 14, it's too late. OU's ears are going to be pinned back, game over.
Yeah, hey.
If OU gets a lead, watch them fall. It's going to be it could be a bloodbath out there.
Well, Lovenut says, what current players, though, you need to lock in for next season? Well, anybody
there's
a lot they got to lock up. But one thing that film guy said today that I'll have to say, Daniel said it early in the year, and some other people said it, and he kind of confirmed it. And I think he's right. He said, this was not the year for Oklahoma to go 10-2 and make the playoff. It was next year. He said
a year ahead.
He said they're a little bit a year ahead that BV was able to get this team to 10-2 with the flaws they have on offense. And he said Mateer, but he also said wide receiver, which we've all talked about. They need some more skill positions. Tight end, by the way, he loves Jaron Kenning. He thinks he's going to get drafted. But he says they don't have a dude at tight end. Like, you got to get those skill positions to help Mateer out. Yes, Mateer's got to get a lot better, but they don't have the guys offensively right now to be 10-2, and they are. And he said that's pretty impressive. So we'll see what they do in the offseason. I'm very excited to see what Nagy does with a full Porter year. Year. I didn't say Porter.
Hey, we're going to open up the phone lines. Guys, check out the Fan Stop. thefanstop.com. Sign up for your team's Shirt of the Month Club. Right now, special promotion for all the Sooner Surge listeners. Mary Surge 25 is the code you can use when you go to the checkout, and you'll get 20% off your first 3 months. And it's a gift that keeps on giving each month. A new design, great new shirt sent to your house, free of shipping. thefanstop.com. They also were so kind to get some Sooner Surge gear. Has anyone even ordered any Sooner Surge gear? There's a Sooner Surge hat and a T-shirt. Curious if anyone's even ordered.
Yeah, let me drop that.
I haven't even gotten on there, Jay.
Let me drop that in here real quick.
Now, hey, I also want to say, going to this OU game, OU-Bama first-round playoff matchup, 3 weeks off OU will have had. Bama will have had 2 weeks off. it could be rusty from both squads. Like I wouldn't be shocked if you got to kick off some rust a little bit, Jay. Now, part of it depends on, and I have not seen OU's practice schedule. I know BV is a guy that they go pretty hard ones against ones. I'm curious what their playoff practice schedule is going to look like, because here's what I would say. I hope it's going to look like a typical game week practice schedule, not a bowl game practice week. You hear what I said? I hope this is more like a game week practice week schedule instead of a bowl game setup schedule. That's my goal. You good, Jay? You good back there? Cameras, I don't know what's going on with Jay, man. He need to mute his mic, man. It's terrible. Yeah, offense might need a little 10-man rust. Well, actually, hey, Ben, they've needed some WD-40 all year. You good, Jay?
Yeah, I had a garage, somebody coming in the garage and stuff. So
loud, bro.
Was it loud?
Well,
I thought I was muted.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, I thought I was muted.
Thought someone was breaking in there, man.
Apologies, man. Hey, Jeremy, it was crazy. This crazy Christmas. This is as far as I go for
It
crazy.
did sound like you flushed the toilet too. Is odd.
Well, I definitely have not
Appreciate the courtesy flush.
So listen, I definitely have not left the chair, and I'm not sitting on the toilet, so that didn't happen. Okay. So apologies.
Hey, wait.
And it's funny that you're saying really loud, by the way.
Hey, Mez, what I don't agree with this comment is you say he's coached a lot of playoffs. I thought you meant bowl games.
But not as a head coach.
He's bad in bowl games right now.
Yeah, did. And Hunter Yurchek was also at the door. I got a lot going on here, Jeremy. Jeez. Johnny boy, come on.
Johnny. This is terrible.
Johnny boy. No, bud. I mean, are we kidding ourselves here in the playoff game? Just going to throw him out there? Hasn't played all year. We're going to throw him out there to start? Come on now. Mateer hasn't been good, but you can't throw him out there in that situation. Jeez, you can't do that, Johnny boy. Good to see you on here, though, Johnny. I haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you. Mateer 350 and 3 touchdowns, Brent says. That'd be a W, Brent. That would be an absolute W. In fact, I think if OU scores 3 offensive touchdowns, they win. Agree or disagree in the chat. If OU scores, and I'm not saying they score 21 points. I'm saying they can get a couple of field goals with that. But I'm saying if they score 3 offensive touchdowns, I think they win. Because then I think they'd probably end up with like 27 points. I think they win that game.
I agree. I agree, Jay.
Yeah.
Love to see it, Brent. Yeah, you can't count bowl games, I guess.
What's up, Boomer guy? Good to see you. Man, it's crazy because it's Wednesday right now. You're really only about a week away.
Correct.
I mean,
OU needs to get an experienced backup quarterback in the portal. If Hawkins leaves and Mateer they need a backup guy. Chief says 17 is the magic number.
We got a call on the line. We got Dr. Vol just hired or gonna hire Jim Knowles. How you feeling, Dr. Vol?
Oh, I'm happy.
Good hire. Good hire.
A good DC.
I heard. Yeah, I see the thing. I didn't know that y'all was actually looking at him. Venables was looking at him, hiring him on staff when he was at Ohio State before Penn State got him. Is that correct?
Last year there was a lot of talk in the offseason about it.
Which they kind of got burned up a little bit earlier this year. Early on, Penn State did, but he's an upgrade from what we had. You know.
Here's the thing about Jim Knowles from all the word that I've heard in past. Year 2 is when it really
yes, I agree.
His system is pretty complex, so I think it's going to take a year but then the second year they're phenomenal usually.
Right.
Even Penn State this year got way better as the season progressed.
Yeah, they look good towards the end of the year. Sure did. They played. We just got to bring back. We got to just become tackle better. If he can just get us tackling better and be more physical on defense, that'll be a huge upgrade.
Yeah, here's my question, and this would be, and I don't even know. People in the chat can answer it too, along with Dr. Ball. Is air raid head coaches? How many of them have had really good defenses? And who have they been?
I mean, Ole Miss's last year and Tennessee's last year, our defenses were pretty good, with their systems.
Those are probably the better ones you can think of, probably. The reason I ask it is I wonder if it has to do with, and to be fair, you could say the same thing with Oklahoma defensively. They haven't had last few years, they haven't been great offensively, and they've had great defenses. I think it's very hard to have both really at the top level. But I think if you have a head coach that's focused on one side, maybe you at practice more things are focused to that. I don't know. I'm just asking.
I guess it's just your head coach does have his philosophy, and he is definitely, Heupel is a offensive minded philosophy coach. So when your main voice of your team, he is basically coaching quarterbacks and wide receivers. So it's really just about hiring good staff. That's why you need elite coaches on that other side of the ball. Can be a voice and guys that they can look up to, and have a mentor there in the room. And I don't think Tim Banks was there. I think he got that extension. He was kind of just checked out.
Yeah,
I think he got the money and he just kind of mailed it in for the season.
Would it be fair to say that Tim Banks took the money to the bank?
Oh yeah, he took it all.
Made that deposit, Jay. He made that deposit.
And I said, but I was going to ask y'all one thing.
Yeah.
What do you think as far as the matchup with Alabama? What is your main concern that you would have going into the matchup? Like if you had to point out one thing, offensive, defensively, or matchup wise, that you would say might be an advantage for Alabama.
My thing would be this. You got the 3 turnovers last game. What happens if they're even in turnovers? How does the game go? That's what I'm.
There's 2 concerns. OU turning the ball over.
Yes.
And then on the other side is a couple, like the only thing I worry about on defense is if they just make a couple of jump ball plays. Like OU hasn't had blown coverages. Like that's all it's going to be for me. The biggest concern is OU turning the ball over. Don Mateer throwing picks. I
would agree. I think if Mateer can just be a good game manager and move the ball, at least not if he scored, but move the ball and pin them deep, get a few first downs. Like I don't see Alabama being able to really do anything much.
Yeah.
I
appreciate it.
Before. Hey, good to hear from you, Dr. Ball. Appreciate it, man. Let's get to Fit with Fry. What's going on, Fit?
What's up?
Well, what's up, y'all?
Not much.
Man, I do not understand how these guys think they can get away with anything. Like, do they not know that LSU had private investigators following around Ed Orgeron everywhere, sitting outside his house? These guys know every. I mean, I don't understand why he would do that.
Hey,
like,
but Fit,
they're going to find out.
Think about it, Fit. Go back all the way in the history of sports. Tiger Woods. I mean, go down the list. Guys, when they get to where they're in that position, they think they don't think it's going to happen to them. They don't think they're better than, I mean, it happens all the time with people.
I know, but you're Sharon Moore. You're in a position that
I know
so many people covet. And I'm not saying anything, but you have to think so deep about that position that you're in that you like the fact that you let that even get anywhere in your orbit just shows that you were not prioritizing football. If you're putting your whole entire being into that stuff should not even come in your orbit at all. It shouldn't even be allowed to come. There should be doorway. There should be so many steps to even get to him that nobody could. Why is he even? Why are people even around him?
Well, Fit, we all know,
Yeah,
we all know the truth, though, Fit, about because we're all human beings.
Yes, I understand. We know the truth.
No,
We know.
I'm saying what I'm saying is we all know how life is, and when you
Yeah,
start taking a step down the wrong path,
that's right. You're right.
and you get away with it, then you'll take 2 steps down the path and you'll
If
get
you have
away with
nobody
it.
there to hold you accountable, it's over.
that's
Then
it.
then you
Accountability
just don't even
part.
know where you're at anymore.
But what's going to happen in Michigan is probably going to be in a dungeon for the next 5 years at least. And they should go
I mean,
get John Gruden. That's their best
hey,
chance
I would
because
say this. I would agree with you so wholeheartedly if this was non-NIL era. But
yeah,
now you can at least flip the script in a year or two.
but you're gonna have to flip the script with a lot more money.
Yeah,
Because
you
if
do.
it's close,
You do.
Well,
if it's close, you can call out that administration over and over. You can say you want to go play for an administration like that. You want to go play for people. BV could, and the type of integrity that this program's holding. When you have a
well,
really high integrity program, you could go and say Lane Kiffin is going to skip out on you, and we ain't going nowhere ever. You
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
and and I think that's a good selling point, especially if the money's close. And with all the blue
that's true.
bloods, with all the big programs, the money's going to be close. And I think that stuff matters and matters more when the money is close. It doesn't matter as much if it's 1 million and then 3 million, but if it's 2.7 and 3 million, the money is that
That's
close.
right.
You're going to have a lot of people who are going to say, "I'm not letting my kid go play for that program." They've had problems with Jim Harbaugh. They've had problems with Sharon Moore.
You're
It was
not wrong.
just and I think that's a big thing. And that's why I'm like you guys said, I'm so happy that we have a program that's full of integrity. You could tell by the way the guys talk about the program that it's full of integrity. And there's
It is.
programs that are not. Georgia has its issues. The LSU has had more issues than you can imagine. And the stuff about Lane Kiffin's true too. I don't care what anybody says. I've heard it over and over and over. He's at those sorority houses. He's going. He's sneaking in the back door. And it's the truth. These guys, that's why they can run out on a team. That's why somebody like Lane Kiffin can run out in the back door
Well,
because that's what a lot of these guys have been doing a lot of their life. They're used car salesmen, bad used car salesmen who are over here selling these kids dreams and then going through the back door and not living with integrity themselves. You can't
Hey,
preach it to a team.
and Fit, you make a really good point. What you said about, it's been years and years. When you go back to the Harbaugh years, it's the same leadership above him, right? And here's the thing. Like Sharon was under Jim Harbaugh's leadership. Sometimes when you're
Exactly.
under that, and you're
He's watching
cheating.
it.
Yes, you
He's
kind of
like, he's getting
become
away
that.
with it. They're never going to stop me. And guess what? If they would have won, nobody would have ever heard about this. Terrell Moore's going into that Ohio State game sweating his brow off. He's like, I got to win this game or they're gonna let all this out. And that's what happened with Ed Orgeron. They let it all out. They let everything out. Him going to sorority parties, him doing all that stuff. They started letting it out and it leaked. When you start losing, that's when it happens. And it's this simple right here. It's this simple. If you're with Tiger Woods and with a lot of these athletes who are doing it on their own, they're not leading a group of young men. We are leading a group of young men. We are leading, you're telling them to go play hard. You're telling them to live right. You're telling them not to go out on the weekends and get drunk every weekend. You're telling them not to smoke dope. You're telling them to do all this stuff, and then you're out here doing that. How are these young men? How can you come to in front of these young men and tell them that? At least Tiger Woods was doing it on his own. He wasn't going in front of a group of people and saying, "Live with integrity, play hard for me, and I'm going to be in the back door doing all the crap that I'm doing." No, it's not right with them, but it's a lot more not right when you're the head of a program like Michigan. I tell you
yeah.
that much right there. And whenever you're doing that stuff, Lane Kiffin's been known to do it. That's why I never believe in Lane Kiffin. I'm telling you that right now because I promise you this: the man doesn't live with integrity. You can tell by the way he talks. There's BV. You could tell he's straight to the point. I'll tell you who else. Mike Elko. That guy lives with integrity. You can tell by looking at a lot of these guys' face. Matt Campbell. That guy lives with integrity. That's why I trust these coaches a lot more long term. Lane Kiffin, Sharon Moore, those guys, they're a dime a dozen. They're good. They're good. They're good. Whatever. But if you're living like that in the back, in it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out in one way or another. In your team, in the way that you lead the young men, or in your personal life. And it's just that simple. So you can't go and lead these men with, if you can't go lead these men with integrity, step down, say, okay, I'm living this life. This is the way I want to live, but I can't come in front of these young men and say this. And that's what really irritates me. And this is the most irritated I've been, because Sharon Moore is a graduate of OU, and he does represent that in a way, no matter what we say. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that he went out like this. It is horrible. It's a bad look. And I just hope that that these men can do better, and that they can learn from an example like BV, like Matt Campbell, like Elko, like these guys, and hopefully they get better from it. You guys have a great night, and I'm off here.
Thank you. Hey, Chief, let me get to Chief Super before we get another caller. And then I got 918's comment. Chief, thanks for the super. Yeah, the players that sign at Michigan, they can request out of that. Correct, Jay?
Yes. I mean,
with no repercussions.
It's just like the transfer portal type deal, I believe. Yes, they can request.
Yeah, and 918, you're right. I agree with this. Hey, Jay, a quote that I've always loved. I don't know about love it, but it's something I always remember. Someone's talking about lust in here. Sin always takes you further than you expected to go. It always keeps you there longer than you intended to be there.
Yeah.
And it always costs you more than you were willing to pay. So
always.
That's there's a life lesson for everyone, okay? Because
and I think we got Colin on here. Colin, what's up?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man.
But yeah, I saw this stat and it was interesting about BV and rematch games. And I have 4 that I was looking at, and the one I'm going to talk about is the 2020 game versus Notre Dame, when I think he was still on Clemson. So in the first match, they gave 518 total yards against Notre Dame. And then when they met again, they only gave up 263.
Wow.
And then opponent Notre Dame in the first match scored 47. In the second match, they only scored 10.
Yeah,
so,
that's what year was that?
2020. And there was like 3 other games, but I think that was the craziest one. But it's like those stats tell that BV in the rematch is going to fix some of those mistakes. Like, I think they're going to come more prepared for those dummy plays that they tried to run early in the game with the fake trips, the motions that look to the sideline. And I think a big indicator of that's going to have to be getting the play call in sooner, because, Alabama's going to try to go tempo to throw off OU defense. But I think second go around, BV's going to be ready for those trick plays.
I do think they're going to go tempo. I think they're going to go tempo.
Yeah, that's a great stat, Colin. Appreciate you.
But BV is very good in rematches, and it's just fixing – it's not that he changes anything. It just fixes the mistakes. Because, of course, in Bama, we didn't play perfect, and we still won. So we're just going to capitalize more on those mistakes. And
And
if I'm OU, I'm doing exactly what I did in the second half. I'm not changing anything.
Anytime you're a defensive-minded guy and you actually have an actual game that your team played against them on tape previously, it's a pretty good film thing you can watch and make adjustments.
Hey, Jay and Colin, do you guys remember a month ago? Do you remember 3 or 4 times Alabama ran trickery? Listen, Alabama knew last game that they played OU, they couldn't line up and beat them. They tried trick after trick after trick in that game. I remember the first half. Like, you're in a bad situation when you're having to run trick plays in the first half of a regular season game. I think that tells a lot, guys. I think that tells a lot.
And then my second question before I go is, do you think Alabama sat a couple of their people to play injury prevention in preparation for the playoffs, thinking they already had their spot?
No,
or do you think
I think it was too risky on them not making it. I don't think so.
Yeah, and then of course I think the biggest discussion going into next week is going to be the Ty Simpson, of course, because now it's just a rumor, but
yeah, we'll see what comes if more does. But there will be people talking about it now that there's rumors out there. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, good to hear from you, Colin. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, I agree with Tone Loke about the screens and short passes. And the OU's got, especially a 3-week hiatus, you've got to tackle well. And great God, you're right. Josh Cuevas hurt OU last game. OU's got to guard the tight end better. They got to defend the tight end better.
Hey, here's a couple of things. One, I agree with Tone Loke, and I also think I think they're going to play it a little differently. I think Bama's going to play it more safe this game because they saw what Missouri did. They saw what the LSU did. LSU, Missouri did not take any chances at all, and they were in the game in the fourth quarter, okay? The way Alabama gets a little more conservative, personally. That's just my opinion. Take it for what you want. The other thing is this. I don't see a world where it happens if Mateer comes back that Hawkins stays. That's just me. And I know a lot of people think otherwise, but I don't. I think if Mateer's back, I think Hawkins is. That's just my opinion.
I'm giving True Michigan 2 more minutes. See if he calls in. Man, I'm having an allergy.
I'm gonna get trivia here. I'm gonna go look up trivia real quick, Jeremy. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, who knows what happens in the portal? We'll have to see, but still a lot of time for that. You have football before that, so
having an allergy attack, man.
What?
I'm having an allergy attack, bro.
Mac, this is the problem with Bama. It's been the problem. They can't run the ball. They're one-dimensional. Brent Venables feast off teams that are one-dimensional. That's the thing. And if you can't run the ball and they only have to bring 3 or 4 up there to stop it, you're in trouble. When you got guys on the field covering, you're in trouble. So maybe so, Greg God. Ever since we had the double callers, he hasn't been back on. So I don't know. Maybe that happened. Germ's allergic, I guess. I don't know really what happened, but
I can't stop sneezing.
Really? You sneeze loud too. It's annoying.
Yeah, and I got about 12 in a row. So
I do the same thing.
Getting ready to come again.
Oh, please don't do it on air. Alabama will scheme a heavy screen offense this time around to offset the aggressive BV. Yeah, that would be a good game to watch. When you look at teams that really did well against Oklahoma this year, second half Texas and first half Ole Miss. And when Jeremy gets back on here and he can stay on here, I'll go get trivia. But right now I can't. So it's until he gets on here. Yeah, he needs a Benadryl. I don't know what's going on. OU Boomer Texas. I don't know if that's a NCAA thing. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think that you ever count on that. I think things are changing too with NCAA. And I mean, let's not forget the NCAA punished, and I mean punished, Oklahoma State basketball for what? Nothing really. And then they've let all these other basketball schools get away with everything. They don't have a whole lot of power anymore, in my opinion. I think they're kind of, and Chris says the same thing here, says OU Boomer, the NCAA has no power. Yeah, maybe so, Mess. I'd tune in to see how it went. This is going to be the question. I talked to somebody today about this game. They were asking me what I felt about it, and I said, well, it all is going to come down to the offense, in my opinion. That's it. It's all going to come down to the offense. If offense doesn't turn the ball over and plays well, OU wins. If they don't, OU loses. I don't think this is a hard game to pick. I think that's all you have to look at. So,
hey,
are you good? I mean,
yeah. Hey, go back to the Sugar Bowl. I've got a trivia.
Oh, you got a trivia.
Because I saw this the other day.
Wait, let me hold on. You do have trivia ready?
Yes.
All right, Germ's got trivia. So there you see Sugar 66, the logo in the bottom right. Hey, make sure if you're in Tulsa, if you're in Catoosa, in the 918 area code, go check them out. They also have a Facebook page, Sugar 66. You can check them out. All kinds of sweet treats. You know what? We have at our house ice cream all the time. My kids want ice cream. I wish I was close enough to get over to Sugar 66 to try some of their stuff out. So please do if you're in the area. Check them out, Sugar 66. Jeremy, what do you got?
Speaking of sugar, the Sugar Bowl, back when Trevor Knight and the Oklahoma Sooners, this game coming up, guys, in 12 days or whatever it is, 9 days, will not be near the score of that game, which was 45-31 Sooners. Trevor Knight threw for like 350 yards. There was a player who had one reception for 20 yards for OU. It's a name that probably not a lot of people know. He wore the number 12, and I'm not talking Curtis Fagan because that was year 2000. Who is it?
Well,
you know it, Jay?
I already asked this one once, I believe.
Really?
I believe so, yes. But
I don't know if you did, Jay. And there's another player who had a catch for 13 yards. Derek Woods. Name another player who had one catch for 13 yards with the initials BG. You don't know it, Jay.
BG?
Yep, BG. You don't know it, Jay.
Tell me I don't know it, Germ. Brandon Green.
Brannon Green.
That's what I said.
You said Brandon.
I read 918's answer. Yes, I did.
All you did was saw what 918 said and then said the answer.
Hey, it's a cheat code, man.
It's a cheat code.
Cheat code, man. Do you ever have those people?
Jay, what number was Will Peoples? What number is Will Peoples?
29. Did you ever have those? Did you ever those people in school that you sit next to that you can just count on, man?
Yeah, I was one of those people.
I never cheated, but there were people that they sit by certain people for one reason and one reason only.
Dude, there was a girl back in I think it was my sophomore year, Jay, that I'm not gonna lie, had a little crush on, and
what was her name?
Ginger.
Oh wow, Germ.
You remember Ginger?
I was in the same school. I know who Ginger was, Germ. What about her?
And I always thought she liked me, but I remember when she signed my yearbook, it was she signed it like, "Thanks for all the help with math." She was just using me, man.
Oh, you got used and abused, bro.
Yep.
Wow. That must have hurt, Germ. Those were the days. Yearbooks, signing yearbooks.
It didn't hurt. I had 8 people sign my yearbook, and she was one of them. So I felt privileged.
Do you still have your yearbooks?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really? I don't. Never really cared to keep them.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, it's been a night full of a lot of Big Blue Michigan talk.
Yeah, it's kind of a sad story in the night. Is there a better story with you in a relationship that we can talk
Jay,
about?
if that's the saddest story, then it's been a great time for me.
Is there something better we can talk about here, Jeremy? I mean,
did you hear me, Jay?
Well, we all know what's going to happen. Everyone hear me very clearly. We're going to end this live show. Jeremy's been gone all day, worked hard, got on this live show. We're going to end this live show. Jeremy's going to leave the living room there. He's going to go straight to the kitchen. He's going to pour him a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
I got him right there. I'm looking at the box right now.
Yeah, he's going to go sit down, and he's not flipping on SportsCenter, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best Hallmark movie he can find right now.
We just watched one tonight.
Christmas. He's going to
Christmas in Maple Hills.
Listen,
Christmas in Maple Hills.
Listen, you're going to go watch one about a girl that a guy really liked in high school, and she said no and friend zoned him. And you're going to just go back to the days back in high school and reminisce, aren't you?
Christmas in Maple Hills. We watched it tonight. It was great.
Favorite Christmas movie? Wait.
We're Broken Arrow grads.
Broken Arrow, baby. True and true.
Class of 95.
Hey, Germ. Oh, Soonerthon already knew that. Wow. How did he know that?
Because we've said it before.
Oh, okay. I thought, wow. Now, speaking of private investigators, Soonerthon's all over it. Favorite Christmas movie of all time, Germ? If I said go sit down and watch this movie, it's every Christmas. What do you watch every Christmas? I got one that I watch with my family every Christmas.
Christmas Chronicles?
No, I do like that one. That's not the one.
I love Elf. It's not my favorite.
I don't like Elf. I hate the movie. Elf is the most overrated Christmas movie.
Here's one that I watch every year when it's on, and a lot of people are going to – I like Christmas with the Cranks.
Man, Mom loved Home Alone, didn't she?
She loved the Santa Claus.
Mom loved Home Alone.
That's she loved the Santa Claus. Jay.
Yeah, Mom would watch it with my kids.
I like It's a Wonderful Life, but I love Christmas with the Cranks.
That's the one I was going to say. That's the one that we watch every year.
Yeah, Tim Allen. Oh yeah, I love it.
Tim Allen. When he puts the Botox in, it's
great,
hilarious, man. Christmas with the Cranks is great.
Hey guys, thanks for watching tonight. Appreciate the supers from Chief and Chris and whoever gave the supers at John Mayberry tonight. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back tomorrow night. You guys have a terrific Thursday, Sooner Nation. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully ramping up the talk for this first round matchup between OU and Bama a week from Friday. See you later, guys. Boomer.
See ya.